Today is May 11th, 2022. Thought we'd do a quick update of the garden. Our Jersey Wakefield cabbages are looking good. These were originally supposed to be Katrina, which are smaller, but I got a late start on those, so went with the Jersey Wakefield. So we've already harvested one. We'll be harvesting another today, and those are doing great. Behind the cabbages, we have some eggplant, which is the first time I've ever planted that. That'll be new for me. And then on the corners of the boxes, we have German chamomile and borage. And we also have some tatsoi interplanted. Cages you see along the fence there are actually cut in half. Those are normally 7 feet tall. They're made out of rebar mesh that is wired together. Inside each of the tomato cages, I have 2 of the dwarf tomato plants of each variety from the Dwarf Tomato Project. In the past, I've planted up to 4 tomato plants in each cage, and I think that's probably a little too crowded. In front, we have green beans. This is top crop. It's a bush bean. In the gaps between the tomatoes, we have some sweet basil, as well as some Thai basil. In the interconnecting bed here, we have some regular vining cucumbers and also some bush cucumber vines. We also have Japanese bunching carrots, and we also have some brassicas, which is some broccoli. Got a little late start on that this year, but I think they're still going to do okay. And in addition to that, it looks like we also have some cilantro. In what I call our seabed, which is in the center, on each end we sort of have a mirror image. We have some lettuces planted, which is Muir, Cherokee, and Magenta. Got the idea to plant that from Josh Satin on his YouTube channel. We also have some more imperial broccoli, borage. Behind that, there are carrots, and we have beets planted up in the corners, as well as some strawberries. The strawberries here were, I think, a mistake. I'll get those into their own bed. They just run too much. Also, I'll be using a better variety of strawberry than what I used here. These just came from a local nursery. In the pot, in the container there, we have chives, which are beautiful. They bloom, taste great. I have 2 pots of those. And then the large green that you see growing there is oregano, and that overwintered, and that's why it's so much bigger than the rest. Here you can see the other end of the seabed, and when I say seabed, it's the shape of the bed. So here you can see the beets a little better. We have 3 different kinds of beets: Touchstone Gold, Chaga, and the old Detroit Red. The upper section of the bed there is top crop beans, and these are jade beans. We really like the jade green bean. It's also a bush bean. And behind it you see more tomatoes from the Dwarf Tomato Project. We have quite a few different ones for that. And up in this corner we have some more bush cucumbers. I believe these are Space Master 80, interplanted with some bouquet deal. We have more basil, some flowers, and some bunching onions. And then here we have the Katrina cabbage. Katrina cabbage is nice in that it stays smaller. It only gets about 1 foot in diameter. At the base of the urn we have some thyme that's flowering, surrounded by some arugula. And in the urn, we have some lavender that needs to be replaced. This is the greens bed. We have Mizuna mustard in the corner there. We have some flowers in the back. I believe that's bachelor buttons and cosmos. And then we get to our lettuce bed. The darker green lettuce there is Salanova. It's a really beautiful lettuce. And then we have the Cherokee, the Muir, and the Magenta again in a pattern, leading into spinach. I waited a little too long to plant the spinach, so it's gone through a bit of transplant shock, but it looks like some of it's starting to root in pretty well. Behind that we have top soy, and then also mammoth deal in the corner. Beside the spinach, we also have more of the jade green beans. Next to the green beans, we have some indeterminate tomatoes growing in the full-size rebar mesh cages. Two of these tomatoes are from the University of Florida research program. Both are now commonly available from proven winners. One's called Garden Gem and the other is called Garden Treasure. If you make a donation to the University of Florida, they will send you some free seeds for their tomato project. And in the middle is Sun Gold cherry tomato. In front of that is some collards, and I've heard mixed things on that. Some say collards don't do well with tomatoes, some say they do, so I guess we'll find out. The connecting bed on this side is carrots at the base and pea pods at the top. This is snow peas. These got eaten by the rabbit, but they have come back and we might get a few snow peas after all. In the other seedbed, we have two different types of carrots. We also have strawberries planted in the corner, and this is my pepper bed that also contains cilantro, parsley, and spring onions. Here we have more jade green beans, which you can tell we really like those. Then from the jade green beans, we have several types of squash. That's a patty pan on the left. And then we have several types of crookneck. Also have sweet alyssum royal carpet planted in the corner and some gumfrina. And then we end up with some more flowers, some borage and German chamomile. So we'll just do a quick pan around the garden. Pardon the flare from the sun there, it's bright today. Thank you for watching.